All right, let's settle down and get into today's call. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, one of the gentlemen who I adore started with the Wolfpack and built such a large organization. His birthday, I think I remember off the top of my head, is next month on March the 6th. He'll be 31 years young and has a wisdom of a 91-year-old person. Can we give a great round of applause to none other than great Mr. Shakeel Cooper?
It's always great to be on the call. Mr. Thomas, it looks like you guys are on a tropical island. I'm very jealous right now. But, I'll be on a flight in 2 days, but I'm excited to be on the call. For the people on the call, again, like Mr. Thomas did say, my name is Shakeel Cooper. I'm currently 30 years old, got involved in business, no business background. And when I seen the business, I was just working at Applebee's. So for me, I was always a hustler. I always had grind, but I just wasn't in the right vehicle. But when I saw this ACN opportunity, to me, it was like a light bulb went off. It made a lot of sense. I didn't do too much questioning on should I do it or not because they said, if you do this, you will get this. But I knew when I was working at Applebee's, I was getting paid $3.63 an hour plus tips, and people wasn't tipping. So it just made a lot of sense at that time. And once I did the business, it really changed my mindset. And for the past going on 11 years now, I have been able to be my own boss, if that makes sense. Just be able to just build a business anywhere, travel, all of the different perks that come with being involved in this ACN opportunity. It's so much more than just the money, but just looking back at the trips, the network of the people that I've been able to meet. I mean, there's so much more that come out of this opportunity, but you first have to be grateful for the opportunity that you guys do have the chance to be a part of. For today, I want to talk about 10 things that's going to help you build a successful business in 2024. So if you're taking notes, number one, embrace innovation. What do that mean? You got to embrace changes. If you still have a flip phone in 2024, listen, you haven't embraced innovation. We can agree now that you can literally build your whole entire life on this device itself. So a lot of people are still stuck on the old way of doing the business. There's new ways of doing the business. You can get on Zoom. I mean, just thinking about how easier it is today to build the business. I remember having to drive 3, 4 hours, 6 hours to go meet up with a person in another city to show them the opportunity so that they feel as though they know the person. But now we can just jump on a Zoom call and you can build your business anywhere, right? So you always want to stay ahead of the curve by constantly seeking innovation solutions and the technologies to improve your business, right? Number two, prioritize customer experience. I will repeat it one more time. Prioritize customer experience. So if the customer have a great experience, they're going to tell everyone about it. But if they have a bad experience, they're going to tell everyone about it. So always focus on making sure that the customer experience is phenomenal, because then now you have a person that's going to willingly go out there and share their experience with everyone. So if you do good, guess what? They're going to tell everyone about it. But if you do bad, they really going to tell everyone about it. So just make sure that the experience with your customer is just out of this world. And for me, the customer is always right. So I remember back in the days, I remember helping the customer. You can't afford a phone? Okay, there you go. Because they needed it. They didn't have the money at the time. So I made sure that experience was a great experience that they will remember forever. And then from there, they're going to just tell everyone about it, right? Number three, invest in your team. You got to invest. Listen, yes, you're making money is good, but guess what? Keep putting it back out. Keep reinvesting your money all the way until you become a millionaire. That has been my blueprint since day one. A lot of people want to just make money and sit on it and just go on vacations right away. No, the goal is to make the money, to keep putting back into the business. And before you know, it's like a snowball effect. You got a big avalanche of money just rolling in one day because you just did little by little over a long period of time. So for me, that was one of the best things that I ever done being involved in this ACN opportunity, was that all of the money I was making, I was putting it back into the business. I was putting it back into the team. For a second, I feel as though I had like 20 people living in the house, people on the couch, people on the floor. I mean, it was just like people just started living out of nowhere. But again, some of them, their parents probably kicked them out for doing the business, a whole lot of things that happened, because we're young. A lot of kids were like, man, we see an opportunity to get rich. Forget school. We got a chance to dream. So for the first chance ever in Baltimore, young people had a chance to really dream, wear suits, travel. Before people got involved in ACN, they never even left the city. And they going to California, Phoenix, so it was always bigger than the money. It was the experience. It was investing into helping your people. Some people drove across the country, drove through tornadoes and all kinds of things, but it was the experience that basically, you know, gave them the opportunity to just stuck around long term, right? Number 4, adapt to market changes. Stay flexible and adapt to the change in market dynamics by continuing monitoring to where the market that you're working in. So if a market, let's say, is big right now for gas and electricity, focus on the changes. Understand if the rates are going up and down. Just find a niche. Just find 1 or 2 services that you're great at and just master it. Master the marketplace. That's what I did when I came to Baltimore. I mastered the marketplace before I left to Houston, and still to this day, it's still my number 1 marketplace. Why? Because I focused on it for a long period of time. And the East Coast, it's cold in the wintertime. It's hot in the summertime. People bills are like $400-500 every single month. I want a piece of that. So that's why I focused on that marketplace before I moved to Houston, Texas, right? Number 5, build strong partnerships. Collaborate with other businesses and organizations to expand your reach, access new markets, and unlock new opportunities for growth. See, this is the number 1 thing. You got to network. You got to network. I'm out networking right now with people that's in tech. Listen, I'm networking with everybody. You got some money, you want some money, you want to do some big things in life, let's network. I'm not hanging around my friends that just want to drink beer and talk about the old days. You know, I make new friends, new people that's doing big things, because great minds love to hang around great minds. So again, it's all about your networking. If you're not out there networking, meeting new people, then how are you going to build a big business? You can't build a big business with your friends and your family, because if you could, you would already done it. I'll give you 1 tip. Your friends and your family members are not going to be the ones that help you get to the top of the company. Nobody in my family ever did ACN serious with me. They probably got started because I told them to do it. They didn't want to be left out, but that's just what it is. Your friends and your family members, they're just going to keep doing what they've been doing. So don't put too much energy and emphasis on your friends and your family members being the ones that help you get to the top of the company. From there, number 6, maintain financial health. Keep a close eye on your finances and maintain financial health by managing the cash flow and the unnecessary expenses. You know, ACN doesn't require a lot of money to build a business. It's just how you do it. You got to put the money back into things that's going to make you more money. So that's always been the key for me since day 1. Like, listen, if you're going to do the business, you got to keep putting back. It's like a fire, right? Let's say you're out in the wild and you start a fire. How is the only way that you're going to keep that fire lit? By adding more wood, right? And it's going to burn out. So if you just keep adding more wood, guess what happened? That fire, that momentum never burns out. So I look at the business the same way. As long as I keep investing back into the business, I'm going to stay in momentum. That's why 11 years later, I'm still making money from the ACN opportunity consistently for 11 years. It's no secret. And again, it's never about the amount. It's about the consistency. See, so many people are focused on the amount when it's like, listen, if I can make $500 a week for the rest of my life, that's a lot of money. Why? Because it's extra. But the best part about it is you can make more. You make $500 a day. But it's all about how much you put back into the business is how much you're going to get back. So you got to put in to get out, right? Number 7, focus on basically sustaining your business, right? You want to focus on sustaining your business by doing what? The system. Again, what is system? Save yourself time, energy, and money. So the only way to have a stabilized business is by having a system in place that's running when you're not always there, because you can't control everything that's going on in the business. You just can't control it. But what you can control is the system. And the system is everything that you do is what your people's going to do. So you can't tell people what to do, just do it. So for a long time, I never had to explain myself to my organization on what to do, because they saw I did it, I had results. And listen, I ain't been made an Applebee's since 2013. It's 2024. So clearly I know a little something. I might not know it all, but I know a little something, right? So again, and they see that. They see that the business is still paying me to this day. I don't look like I'm hurting. I'm still building the business. Why? Because guess what? When I'm 100 years old, ACN, they plan on being around for 100 more years, because guess what? Bills ain't going out of style. Listen, it might not be sexy, but bills ain't going out of style. And I tell people that all the time. Every 30 days, you got to pay the bill. Every 30 days, somebody gets paid. Why not put yourself in the middle of a transaction that's going to happen with or without you, right? So from there, you want to, number 8, harness the data, right? You want to understand the marketplace that you're in. You want to understand that, okay, if I'm in this market, am I going to go after college kids? Or am I going to go after professionals? Or am I going to go after different people in different industries? But just honestly, focus on the data. Do your real research. Because a lot of people want to move to a different marketplace because it looks good, but we might not offer energy in that marketplace. And that's what you might be looking for. Because at the end of the day, I don't just want business partners. I want customers. I want bills. I want people that's paying high bills. And guess what they're paying high bills? Where it's really hot, where it's really cold. So again, focus on the marketplaces, right? The marketplace to me made a lot of sense to move to Houston because it's hot all the time. It's like it's 100 degrees for like 5 months straight. But guess what? That AC is blasting nonstop. But on the East Coast, it's still hot. People are blasting the AC, but in the wintertime, it actually gets real cold. So again, you got to focus on a marketplace. You don't need to make money everywhere. You just need to make money somewhere. So many people want to make money everywhere, but they never made money anywhere. So number 9, cultivate a strong brand. Remember, people understand they follow a brand. This thing about Nike, right? People just buy the brand. It's like brand loyalty. Apple. Some people will never get a Samsung. That's me. I would never get a Samsung. I'm loyal to Apple. I don't know why. This is how it is, and it's a real thing. We are addicted to brands. When are you going to start your own brand? See, I don't mind buying and supporting other people's brands. When are you going to rock your own brand? Mr. Thomas right now is a walking billboard. He is marketing his brand. You can go and get 5 t-shirts, throw your logo on there, and go out there and talk to people. Now you look like you're in business. How many brands do you have? Most people spend all their life supporting other brands, but wouldn't even spend $500 to build their own brand. It don't cost much money to build your own brand, but you do know what it costs. Belief. You got to believe in it. Most people don't believe in themselves. That's really the real reason why most people are not successful, and not just ACN, but anything. Because it all comes down to belief. You got to be crazy to believe that you can go from Applebee's to never working a job for 11 years and being able to, build multiple, just being able to dream. It's not even possible for most people. They literally don't believe that it's possible. They literally believe that they're going to be working and getting paid for 2 weeks for the rest of their life. And it all comes down to your belief level. I just believe in, listen, living life to the fullest. It's not about the money, people. It's really not, but you need money to enjoy a decent life. But you can change your life tomorrow, but you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to reinvest. You're going to have to put in the work. It's literally not easy. I tell them to all the time, like, it's easier being an entrepreneur. Being a person that have a 6-figure job and all your bills getting paid, but entrepreneurship, you got to be cut. You got to be different. That's why it's only a few at the top. Because guess what? Most people are not willing to do the work, but guess what? We all have the same blueprint, the same resources. We all have the same everything. There's really no excuses on why you can't get to the top. You got to want to get to the top and believe that you can get there. And you got to understand that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I know a lot of people that came in and got to the top, but where they at now? Nowhere to be found. I'm still here. Consistency. It's all about consistency. Think about 10 years from now. But do the work now. Don't wait 10 years to get lucky. Do the work now. Do the work for 10 years straight. Invest into your business for 10 years straight. Most companies don't become a successful companies until maybe after 7, 10 years. The companies that we hear about today, you didn't remember Amazon in 1991 when they had a small office. All you know is Amazon's the richest company in the world. But they put in work for many, many years before they became an overnight success. See, people just see the end goal. They don't see the everyday that it takes to get to that person or that company that you become to be something successful. And then everyone is like, oh my God, you're doing success. But you don't remember every single day of grinding, you not knowing when money is coming in, because guess what? You're reinvesting back into your dream. It's not that you're not making money. You're just taking the money and you're putting it back into your dream. You're investing in yourself. You're sacrificing for a season to have a lifestyle where you can't have the wind blowing in the background and be in the 85-degree weather and be on the beach like Mr. Thomas. You can do that. And guess what? And you can still make money on the go. Just think about it. What if you could just do that alone? Just travel, and just make money on your laptop or your cell phone. We are in the digital age of making money. The old way of making money, listen, that's the old way. You're not too old and you're not too young to do it. The only thing you got to do is, guess what? Is just do it. Number 9, I said cultivate a strong brand, right? And then number 10, stay agile and resilient. Be prepared to adapt to different challenges and setbacks that will come in the way. So yes, you hear all about the great things, but guess what? Life is still going to happen while you're doing the business. It is what it is. And most people are going to get beat up by life. They're going to give up. They're going to say, I lost my job. I lost this, or I'm just going through things. Listen, everybody going through something. Everybody got bills. You know, so it's like, it's really a no excuse. It's like, we all going to deal with some of the same things in life. So either you're going to make excuses or you're going to make a decision. See, me, I just choose to make a decision because guess what? Life is still going to happen anyway. So because I know that life is going to happen anyway, you just got to keep going. You got to be resilient. You can't let anything stop you while you're on your journey because guess what? If you already know what's going to happen, it's like someone tell you, listen, I'm about to punch you in the chest or punch you in your stomach, right? And they telling you before so you can brace, it'd be a little easier. But if you don't know that they're going to hit you in your stomach and they hit you in your stomach, you're probably going to fold and you're probably going to throw up. So life is like the same way. So you already know that life is going to have some type of challenges. Just brace yourself. You're like, I knew something was going to happen. It couldn't be that easy. Because listen, if it's easy, you're not going to appreciate it. But if you know that you had to go through some things to get to where you go and you actually had to fight through it, you're not going to give up most of the time. You're just going to keep going. So for me, that's what I love about being an entrepreneur is that it's like sports, you know? But for me, it's a mental sports game. So if you can just mentally keep your head in the game, you'll win. I'm telling you, you'll win. Like, you just got to stay strong. It's the person with the strongest mindset always win. And I actually posted something today, and I'm going to read it to you before we go. It said, spend less time on your TV set and more time on your mindset. I don't even watch TV. Like, at all. Like, I watch YouTube. I literally don't watch TV. For like about 10 years, I haven't like really sat down and I don't even know what the channels are on TV. That's literally listen, I don't listen to the radio and I don't watch TV. Those are two things I don't do. You'll never hear the radio playing in my car. I play what I want to hear. I don't listen to the news. I don't even know what's going on in the world. I didn't even know it was an election this year. I don't know what's going on in everybody else's world. I just know what's going on in Shakeel's world. And the reason why I say that because I can't control what's going on in the world. I can only control what's going on in my world. So many people put so much time, energy into the White House, but they ain't put none into their own house. They spend all day on social media talking about what's going on in the White House. What's going on in your house? Why are you focused on things you can't control? And I'm not trying to get political, but I'm just saying, like, you know, you can't control it. Focus on what's going on in your home. Get your family right. Get your finances right. You're worried about how much debt the government is in. How much debt is you in? Let's focus on home first and let the world do what the world do. Because you can't change it. And one thing one of my mentors told me, don't focus on things that you can't change. Worrying is like sitting in a rocking chair. You going somewhere, but you ain't going nowhere. You just going back and forth, but you're still in the same spot. So what I stopped doing was worrying about what's going on. Number one, other people's lives. And number two, what's going on in the world, because I can't control it. I can only control what I do with my life. And I promise you it's peaceful over here. It's super peaceful. So I look at the world different than most people. I look at the world as there's a lot of opportunity. Most people look at the world like, oh, it's no opportunity out here. Listen, it's all about perception. But most of the time, your perception is what you listen to and what you watch the majority of the time. So if you listen to a bunch of negativity, guess what's going to happen? That's all you're going to talk about. See, you ever notice I don't talk about, if you ever follow me on social media, you never hear me talking about what's going on in the media. Why? Because I don't care. It's all propaganda. It's all to keep you distracted. And because I haven't been distracted, all of the things that I'm telling you is what I've been doing throughout the whole time. That's why I'm where I'm at and most people are where they're at. Because I'm not sitting around watching TV and crying about what's going on. I'm out here doing the work. Listen, I'm self-motivated. I get up every single day. Guess what? You don't gotta wake me up to go get the money. Listen, by the time I open up my phone, it's some money on the way. Like, that's just how my mindset is set up. And if your mindset is not set up that way, you know, I woke up this morning. As soon as I open up my eyes, I got text message. I'll be making a payment today. FYI. I don't gotta chase you. When you bring value, they come to you. People want to work with you because of the value that you bring to the marketplace. What value are you bringing to the marketplace? Once you start bringing value to the marketplace, I promise you, you ain't got to work or chase money for the rest of your life. It's going to chase you. But at the end of the day, what you put in is what you get out. You might get lucky for a season, but we doing this for a lifetime. The life I'm living right now, I want to live a better life 30, 40, 50, 60 years from now. I want to be able to say when I'm 90 years old, like, man, I ain't work a job in 70 years. I just become an entrepreneur because I know I'm going to live till I'm 100 years old. That's just how my mindset is set up. So at the end of the day, I'm setting it up right now so I can live in the Bahamas. You know, I want to travel the world. Like, I want to live life. I don't want to spend my whole life just chasing money. I'm trying to be like Mr. Thomas. You know, I want to ride on jets. I want to be able to, you know, the life Mr. Thomas have experienced, most people, they dream about. And to him, it's normal. That's every day. You know, like just imagine that's your everyday. Like you can go to a country and just work. And he's nobody different. All he did was start early and kept going. That's it. Literally. So again, you guys can do it too. You just gotta do it. It's not gonna be easy, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. You know, I tell people this, I'm in with this. Either you put in the work now to live the best of your life, the rest of your life, or you just conform to the life that you have now and just know that you're gonna get what you put in. You know, so if you don't bet on yourself, if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't really put in the work now, I'm telling you, because time is gonna move regardless. It's about to be 2025. Listen, next week is March. The year just started. I'm telling you, time is moving. So if you move with time and you position yourself right now, listen, in 12 months, you can be kicking your feet up on the beach, sipping pina coladas, working on your laptop. It don't take long to build a successful business. You just got to put in the time now. So again, that's all I got for you guys today. And I hope you guys are able to go out there, do what it takes, put in the work, sacrifice the time, sacrifice the money, sacrifice your energy, and just sacrifice something to get something bigger. Because on the outside, it looks great to people, but I sacrifice a lot to get to where I'm at. I just don't broadcast the negative because it doesn't matter. It happens to anybody. But do you keep going when it happens? Are you still excited when it happens? It's all about how you are throughout the journey. It's not about the end goal of the journey. I already know what's going to happen in the end. I'm going to be successful, but guess what? I embrace the journey itself because it's the things that you learn through the ups and the downs, and it's like, man, I've been through all of that, and I'm still here. So all it does is just make the journey even more better when you appreciate and you take it for granted the things that you're going to go through throughout the journey, but more important, the person that you become. Because if those things didn't came in a way, you wouldn't know who you are. You won't know how strong you are. So life is going to test you. Life is going to push you. But if you give up when it happens, I promise you, you're going to regret it because they say regret weighs a ton. I don't want to regret anything. That's why I'm sacrificing it all to get to where I'm trying to go. So again, I pass the call back to you, Mr. Thomas. It's always great to be on the call. And I know that you guys have a lot of value that you guys take on, but just do the action part. It sounds great to hear me talk, but you got to do the action because guess what? When I get off this call, I'm going to go make me some money. I don't know about you.